What's your name?
Lucifer.
Like an apple.
Exactly.
Back when it first premiered in 2016, fans and viewers have been enthralled with this charming cast-out-of-heaven being that resides in Los Angeles, solving crimes and facing otherworldly beings. It ran its course for 5 seasons, and with fans rallying behind this show, it's been renewed for a 6th and final season. Originally airing at Fox, Curious Minds can also stream it on Netflix. But for today's topic, we're going to be delving behind the scenes of this epic series. So, how does the set of Lucifer look without CGI? If you're just as curious as we are, then stick around and get to know more about the show. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hitting that post notification bell so you're kept up to date on all the videos we put out there. So, what's Lucifer about? For those of you unfamiliar with the show, but have seen it popping up in your timeline every now and again, Lucifer is an American urban fantasy series that premiered on the Fox channel way back in January 2016. It was adapted to television by Tom Capanos and based on the DC comic character from a graphic novel entitled The Sandman, which was created by Neil Gaiman, Mike Dringberg, and Sam Keith. Lucifer became the spin-off of the graphic novel, which was later on picked up to air on national TV. The show revolves around the story of Lucifer Morningstar, portrayed by Tom Ellis, who grew tired of hell and decided to mingle among humans in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. He established his own club called Lux, and his life suddenly takes an interesting turn when he decides to assist Detective Chloe Decker, played by Lauren German, in a case where he uses his powers to uncover the truth. He then decides to work as a consultant for the LAPD and soon faces various circumstances as the show progresses. Initially, the show had run its course at Fox for 3 seasons before it got canceled due to low ratings on the channel. Fortunately, Netflix picked it up on the 4th season and their ratings skyrocketed. Going through such an ordeal with production and filming, what goes on behind the set? Well, let's find out. What's the show like behind the scenes? Tom Ellis as the dashing Lucifer. Running a nightclub as an owner, you're bound to make an appearance and performance every now and again. And we're all pleased to inform you that the singing that was done at Lux, believe it or not, that was all Tom Ellis. Yes, he really did do that. There's no CGI involved, or was there another person singing. It was all on him. Ellis sings to his own songs. Singing on the show came about by accident. The cast and crew were having a karaoke night out in Vancouver, and I got up to belt out a song. The producers didn't know I could sing, so they decided to work it into an episode in the first season. He shared in a 2019 interview with Vulture. He then relays more on the process on how it was incorporated on set by saying, quote, "I got to work with Sinnerman by Nina Simone. What would happen is I'd be given a song and I'd work out an arrangement to give some shape to it. You know, on the X Factor, when they have to do a 90-second version of a song and give it a lot of gravitas to impress the judges? That's what I do. I'd come up with these arrangements, put them on my phone, and work with the composers to flesh them out and record them. Over time, I got more say in things. Creep is a fantastic opener." Ellis admitted that the piano wasn't his forte and he's not the one playing it. He did say that he used to play the trumpet and the French horn back when he was younger, so here's hoping that he would at least give us a glimpse of that. Aside from that, Ellis is quite fond of his co-stars, as evident on his Instagram page, where he shares a lot of their photos behind the scenes right where the magic happens. Although Lucifer's face in the show is purely CGI, his nude scenes aren't. And yes, Ellis himself shot those instead of using a body double. In an interview with Vulture back in 2019, Ellis shared how he lost a bet to his trainer and needed to work more at his physique. Quote, "That's all my own nudity this year. I also lost a bet to my trainer when we got picked up for season 4, which meant I had to get back into a different kind of shape than I'd been in before. I had a moment of pride in how I felt and how I looked. I wasn't against the idea of nudity," Ellis shared during his 2019 interview. He further claimed that the level of nudity comes to a certain extent due to the viewers of the show. Quote, "Those are the constraints in network television standards and practices, but weren't an issue on Netflix. We know how our audience is. Kids, pensioners, mothers. There's a reason the show has a broad appeal, and it's because it doesn't go too far. We have to be suggestive rather than vulgar. You can show a bit of violence, but not too far. Be aware of it. We haven't gone extreme this season. We push in an extra 10% and bring that sinister edge back to the show." In the same interview, he shared how Lucifer's true form is achieved through the use of CGI by saying, quote, "It's incredible how much technology is involved in the department. It used to be a laborious process with me and green screen. Now, I don't have to do any of that. It takes barely a few minutes, Ellis exclaims. I have to put like a few tracking dots on my face with a bald cap. I look like I have measles. This is also the first season you see Lucifer as the devil talking, so I got those tracking dots around my arms and legs too. It's a Jekyll and Hyde season for Lucifer, and you'll see that with his face. Aside from that, did you know that his character almost had an American accent? Ellis, who is Welsh, felt that by using an American accent, Lucifer came out as rude, arrogant, and sounded a bit idiotic. On the other hand, by using a British accent, he was able to give his lines charm and smug characteristics that better suited the character. The Lux building is real. To be clear, the building itself doesn't exist, but Lucifer's club, Lux, is definitely a work of fiction. If you happen to pass by or go on a vacation to Los Angeles, you'll definitely find the building that housed his ungodly establishment. In fact, two iconic LA structures were used for Lux. For the exterior, fans were quick to spot the Sunset Tower Hotel on Sunset Boulevard was used. But of course, it was tweaked with a little CGI to include his penthouse and club. In real life though, neither the club nor the penthouse exists, and the exterior scenes were shot at the Emerson Theater nightclub, which is located in Hollywood. We really think the production team outdid themselves, since the location has quite a history to it. The Sunset Tower Hotel was a pretty popular building back then, which housed a lot of celebrities, from Howard Hughes to John Wayne. For a short while, the business suffered during the early 1980s, but it managed to pick itself back up and become a luxury hotel under the name of the St. James Club. Then it became the Argyle, and finally what is now the Sunset Tower Hotel. Its history was briefly shared by Lucifer himself in the show, wherein he mentioned, quote, Howard Hughes used to sneak his mistress away from his other mistresses. The building was easily distinguished from the show's wide-angle shots, so if you're in the area, make sure to check it out. Another building that fans have distinguished as the filming site for the show is the El Captain Theater and Office Building in Hollywood. These locations served as the exterior of the lounge throughout the show. The El Captain was known as, quote, Hollywood's first home of spoken drama back in 1926, and was also the place where Orson Welles debuted the iconic premiere of Citizen Kane. In the series, his club was called Lux, which translates to light, a tribute to Lucifer's task as the light bringer. But if you look deeply, the club shows nothing short of sin. It symbolizes a fallen angel's den of sin, and of course, right above it is Lucifer's penthouse, which lets him join the party anytime he wishes to. Despite the show being centered in the city of angels, Los Angeles, most of the show's episodes in the earlier seasons were shot in Vancouver, Canada. When Fox dropped the series during its third installment, Netflix picked it up, and the filming location took place in the actual streets of Los Angeles, California, where some other scenes took place at Warner Brothers Studio in Burbank. Mazikeen is a real badass. In the story, Mazikeen is one of the children of Lilith and one of the most trusted demons who worked under Lucifer and is considered as his right hand. She's portrayed by Leslie Ann Brandt. During season 2, Mazikeen had several fight scenes, especially in episode 10, but did you know that Brandt was actually pregnant the whole time? She uploaded several photos and videos on her Instagram page where it clearly showed she had a baby bump along the way. Fans really rallied for its renewal. We've been saying for a while now how this series was cut off because of low ratings. Believe us when we tell you that the fans have really pushed for it to progress. They took to Twitter their frustration of its cancellation and started a hashtag to boot, hashtag Save Lucifer. It trended worldwide, and there was another hashtag fans used, hashtag Pick Up Lucifer. Thankfully, all their efforts were not in vain, since Netflix stepped in to save the day. Cindy Holland, the VP of Netflix's original content, claimed that Netflix wanted to give Lucifer a chance to continue and end the show on a better footing, in contrast to the abrupt cut that happened in Fox. Also, to give fans the satisfaction of seeing the show in a better light. As a tribute to the fans' hard work, the hashtag Save Lucifer was used as an episode title in season 4. And with that, that's everything about today's topic on what goes behind the series Lucifer without CGI. Please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hitting that post notification bell so you don't miss anything else from us. Until next time guys, we'll see you later.